Last question we have for today is on credit cards. I am new to owning credit cards. Recently, I made a large purchase, like $5,000. However, normally I pay off my credit card every week. For this reason, I am uninformed on the difference between my statement balance, current balance, and statement period end. Could you please explain what each of these are? Also, my last statement period ended on August 5th. Does this mean that I have to repay the full $5,000 balance before September 5th in order to avoid paying interest?
Okay, well, let's start with the last one first. Yes, if you have a $5,000 balance on your credit card, and it depends on the credit card as to when your payments actually due. But yes, you do have to pay that entire balance off before the payment due date, or you will owe interest on whatever you don't pay by that time. So that's number one. Number two, let's see, the statement date. Oh, you already mentioned.
They wanted the difference between statement balance, current balance, and statement period end.
Okay, so in this example, they get their statement on August 5th. So that statement's going to have all the charges that are new that have shown up at the credit card company up until that statement for August 5th was sent out. So if on August 6th you went out and bought dinner for $200, your total balance now went up $200.
Your current balance.
Your current balance. So let's go with the 5,000. On August 5th, they owed 5,000 on their card because they used it for nothing else. On August 6th, they charged $200, but they didn't pay off the card yet. So now their total balance is $5,200, the 5,000 plus the 200. And when they pay, assume they pay the card in full from the statement, they pay the 5,000, and they haven't charged anything else, then the balance will go down to $200, the current balance as soon as they pay. I think was there one other question in there about?
They just wondered if they had to. You answered the one about, do I have to repay the full $5,000 before September 5th in order to avoid paying interest? And yeah, you do. That was really their, other than defining what the difference between current balance and statement balance, and statement period end, which you guys covered. I think the question is answered.
Well, and as we just have discussed previously, really the most important date with the credit card, which they never tell you what it is, you have to track it down, is when they report to the credit rating agencies each month. Because let's say that credit card has a $6,000 balance on it, in our example here, and you used it for $5,000, and you're planning to pay it off. Well, say the credit card company reports to the credit agencies on the 10th of the month. So in our little example, we charged $500, now we've charged $200 on the 6th of August. So on August 10th, we're going to owe $5,200 on that credit card, which is close to 90% of the outstanding. We've used up 90%, almost 90% of the available credit on that card. And that's a number that the credit companies look at and go, oh, wait a minute. They're using up all their credit. They're in trouble. If the credit card had a $20,000 balance and you only owed $5,200, no big deal. You're around 25%. That's not going to excite anybody. So that's the number that you really need to watch that no one knows about, is how much of your available balances you've used.
And they won't tell you the date unless you're Frank and you call them, and then they'll tell you.
Right. Yeah, you got to call them and say, okay, when do you report me to the credit agencies? Or you just don't run your credit cards up that much on a regular basis.
There you go.